Day 2. My eyes jolt open, startled by the sudden thud.
Perfect timing, you're awake. I was just about to wake you up. We're heading out in 30 minutes.
His voice, though muffled by my grogginess, guides my gaze towards him. Reluctantly, I manage to sit up, my eyelids heavy and vision blurry. The room is dimly lit, making it hard to pick out the details, but a shadowy shape on the bed catches my attention. A briefcase. Morning? What time is it?
5:40. How do you sleep?
I rub my eyes, squinting through the thin gap in the curtains. The lack of sunlight confirms the ungodly hour. Okay, I guess. As my eyes adjust, I stare at Ro. He's wearing some kind of overcoat. What's with the coat? Aren't you hot in that?
I wear it when I'm out on investigations. It helps me stay hidden.
He tugs on the collar of his shirt and fixes his tie.
I'm only mildly warm. Not the worst thing ever.
I see. What about the tie?
What about it?
Don't you think it's a bit over the top for an investigation?
No. Enough with the questions. Go freshen up and get ready. We'll be leaving shortly.
Thoughts from yesterday creep back into my mind, and I remember exactly what we're going to be doing. Tossing the blanket aside, I awkwardly get up, trying to suppress the morning wood that's become apparent now. I try my best to hide it from Ro, who's already distracted from packing. I merely nod in affirmation as I walk past him and stumble my way into the blindingly bright bathroom. It takes me a bit for my eyes to adjust before I can find the sink. I turn on a tap and stare at myself in the mirror. I look like a mess. As I splash cold water on my face, I'm reminded by yesterday's events. My wallet, the assault, the cryptic messages, and the embarrassing realization that I passed out here. Everything's going to be okay. Hopefully. I turn off the tap, and I'm about to exit the bathroom when I see Rose standing outside, waiting for me. With a briefcase in one paw and an umbrella in the other, he looks ready to depart. Are we leaving now? He nods.
We'd better. Javier is waiting for us downstairs.
As I pick up a towel to dry my paws, Rose speaks up again after a moment of pause.
By the way, about yesterday? Who's Colson?
The sudden mention of the name catches me off guard. I haven't heard that name in years. Colson?
You were muttering their name last night.
Did I? Crap. My face is flushed and I quickly look away, trying to act as nonchalant as possible. They were a friend. My voice cracks just as I'm about to finish my sentence.
Is that so? Well, it's none of my business. Just curious.
His line of questioning reminds me of what he mentioned last night. Oh, yeah, why'd you bring up sleep talking last night?
It's actually related to this. You spoke another name last night when you passed out on my bed. Maxwell? Another one of your friends?
I wince at the mention of that name, my head looking down at the ground to avoid eye contact. No, that was my father.
Was, I see.
He mutters something to himself before he speaks up once more.
Well, just keep that in mind. You might unknowingly reveal something personal. You know what I meant? You know what I mean?
I nod back, and now I'm wondering if I said anything else last night. I didn't say anything revealing last night, did I? His chuckle is gentle, as if trying to lighten the mood. He waves a paw dismissively, then gestures towards the hotel room door.
I'll be waiting for you in the hallway.
Hallway. The elevator ride down is unsurprisingly fast, given that it's still early in the morning. Ro is preoccupied with adjusting the straps on the sleeves of his overcoat. He's even bulkier with that coat on. It seems so cumbersome. We arrive at the lobby, exit through a separate set of doors, and reach the hotel driveway. I follow Ro's lead as he points to a black sedan, with heavily tinted windows situated on opposite sides of the parking lot. On the opposite side of the parking lot. I wonder why my cab driver didn't pull up here yesterday. It's just around the corner from the street entrance. As we walk over, the driver's side window rolls down, and the same fox from yesterday reveals himself. A fine morning to the gentleman. And Ro. Ro scoffs back, looking unimpressed. We're lucky. It doesn't seem to be raining. Yet. The wolf gets into the front passenger seat, leaving the back completely free for me. The fox takes out his phone and punches something in it before driving off. Give Theodore the rundown. Sure, let's see. Well, today's definitely interesting. First stop is Iridescent Drive. After that, we'll head back for Cyprus. And if time permits, we'll check out another site. I'll explain more of what we'll be doing when we get there. My attention bounces from Javier to Ro. The height difference between them is striking. Ro has to bend down slightly to prevent his head from hitting the roof, while Javier's head is barely on the headrest. I stare out the side window, seeing the buildings slide by like a carousel as we speed down the deserted morning streets. So Theodore, I tried to trace the origin of those messages, but came up short. Whoever sent them didn't want to be found. They knew what they were doing. My paws curl together around the edge of my seat. That being said, this could be a bluff, and it may not be serious at all. Wait, how'd you get into my messages? I don't remember giving you my passcode. Oh, I didn't need it. I just simply pinged this signal. Yeah, okay. Clever. It's child's play, really. You lost me at multi-tool. You hacked into your phone, more or less. Hey! You're grossly oversimplifying the mechanisms at work here. Just drive. The fox mutters something under his breath, a grumble of discontent. Eventually the silence returns, and with it, the feeling of unease starts to churn within. Hey, I brought some tortas if you guys are hungry. My stomach growls from the mention of food. He offers a bag from the center console over to Ro, who declines, and then passes the bag over to me instead. I take the plastic bag and take out a torta and inspect it. It's a lot heavier than I thought. I'm sorry. Rolling R's is hard. Not natural for me. Tortas? It's a kind of sandwich you don't have any allergies. It's a kind of sandwich. You don't have any allergies, do you? These are somewhat spicy. No, I should be fine. Left. The car lurches to the side abruptly, causing me to drop the sandwich, staining my jacket. Pendejo. Javier wrestles with the steering wheel, maneuvering the car around an intersection and swerving past a blurry figure. A resonating thump vibrates the vehicle, violently shaking us in our seats. Fucking hell. I manage to fasten myself into my seat and regain balance as the car stabilizes and comes to a stop. What the hell just happened? Did we just hit someone? Glancing around, I see a figure sprawled on the street, with lengthy black skid marks trailing over the curb and sidewalk to where we are now. No, I swerved around them the last second, luckily. They're getting back up. They'll be fine. The fox examines his side view mirror and nods. Yeah, let's not waste any more time. Wait, we're just going to leave? Are we all good? I'm fine, I guess. Me too. Then we're leaving. Isn't this a miss and run, though? Not when they jump out from the sidewalk. They were either on something, or that was the saddest attempt at insurance fraud I've seen in my life. We can check the dashcam later. My heart's racing from the near collision. How can they be so calm about this? Shit, the engine light is on. Must have shaken something loose in the hood. Might be a sensor. Fuck, I didn't get insurance for this rental. Can you help me check it out when we stop? Please? Fine. The rest of the car ride is much calmer in comparison. Even after attempting to clean it, my jacket carries a lingering scent of chili peppers and onions, prompting me to remove it. Javier is driving, much slower and with caution now. And Ro keeps casting glances over his shoulder, as if we're being followed. Despite the relative quiet, my nerves are anything but settled. I look down at my phone to check the time. It's almost 6:30. We've been on the road for over 30 minutes now. How much further do we have to go? My question goes unanswered, swallowed by the silence in the car. Looking outside, I realize we're in an industrial area, with warehouses and factories stretching as far as the eye can see. The city skyline is quite distant now, but I can distinguish the silhouette of the Grand Marine, at least, I think. Actually, we're here. We'll park down the street and walk the rest of the way. We pull over next to a sprawling factory that looks long abandoned with a rusted fence surrounding the perimeter. Where the hell are we? How do we get to a place like this when we were just in the city minutes ago? Ro stretches, yawning as he does so.
Get a bigger car.
Yeah. Speaking of which, could you check the hood? I'll start making my way over. He waves a device in his paw, gesturing Ro towards the hood, then turns to walk down the street.
Alright.
What about me? Ro motions towards Javier, who's already some distance away.
This won't take long. I'll catch up.
Okay. I start jogging to catch up with Javier, but he turns and raises a paw, signaling for me to slow down. Try to be more discreet, please. I ease my sprint into a steady walk, gradually catching up to him. For a man of his size, Javier certainly moves quickly. Or maybe it's just me who's slow. Silence envelops us as we stroll down the dimly lit road, the fox's gaze ahead unwavering. Eventually we come to a halt before a towering rusted gate. Beyond it, an imposing power plant looms, flanked by a large warehouse. I look over at Javier, who's pointing the device in his paw towards the gate. I expect something to happen as he presses a button, but nothing does. There. What did he just do? Shifted the gate's surveillance signal to another channel, much safer than disabling it, obviously. This should buy us about an hour's worth of time. Casting my gaze beyond the gate, I make out two cameras on top of the power line, with one facing our immediate path ahead. What about that camera? The fox looks at me skeptically, then squints in the direction I'm pointing. A bit too dark, but... He lines up the device with his eyes and aims it upwards without hesitation. Better safe than sorry. Hey, you can see that, right? Just barely. You tag us in your night vision. He mumbles to himself and strides past the gates, motioning for me to follow. Wait, we're finding another way in? Exactly. Going in directly would draw too much attention. Maybe we can find an alternative entry point? I carefully trail along the fence with Javier, trying not to make too much noise with the gravel around. Maybe I can pry a tad into our objective. Hey, what are we searching for exactly? Anything unusual, out of the ordinary, weird, suspicious? And we're planning on going inside the power plant? Yes, but we'll decide our point of entry once Ro arrives. He halts and scans the surroundings before turning his gaze back to me. Speaking of which, what do you think of Ro? The sudden question catches my attention, and I look at Javier, perplexed. What do you mean? He's nice, I suppose. He returned my wallet and saved me a headache of trouble. He raises a brow at my response, seeming unconvinced. Is that so? I'm surprised he hasn't scared you off like he does with most people. Why would he scare me away? Is this related to something? I don't see how this... Haven't you noticed how large he is? He's even taller and bigger than you. Plus, he's not known for his friendliness. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I'm not actually sure if I got a good read on him. Hopefully he doesn't find me too annoying. But what about you? Aren't you scared of him? No, not really. There's nothing he can do to scare me. And why's that? No particular reason. By the way, I think he has a soft spot for you. He smirks as his words fluster me. He reaches over, giving my shoulder a playful tap. Now I understand what Ro meant. What are you talking about? Why don't you ask him about it later? Anyway, let's continue on. I want to find a decent vantage point before Ro arrives. Confusion lingers in my mind, wondering what Javier is trying to convey. He strolls alongside the fence, eventually vanishing around a corner. Although tempted to shout out after Javier for an explanation, I remember that we need to maintain our undercover status. I hastily follow his lead, hoping not to get left behind. We distance ourselves from the entrance gates by a couple hundred feet, yet the power plant seems to stretch endlessly. There's not too much around apart from the vast fields of grass surrounding the area. So far, I haven't noticed anything unusual. Javier continues to disable surveillance cameras as we pass by, and it's amusing to watch him point at them with a small device in his paw. What is that anyway? This? He waves the gadget in his paw with intent. It's the same multi-tool device I used on your phone last night. A bit flipper. A bit flipper? How exactly does it work? I won't bore you with the details, but it lets me manipulate, save, store signals. That's cool. This isn't a toy. You know, it must be used with great care. Right. By the way, there's a camera over there you missed. I didn't miss it. I was just about to get to it. Wouldn't the security personnel get suspicious if all the cameras are messed with? No, I'm simply reassigning the cameras to another channel temporarily. This causes our video to feed, to lag, and allows us to walk by undetected. I nod in response, pretending to comprehend the technical workings behind it. Javier looks around and points at several large steel pipes that snake over the fencing. Perfect. He scurries over to inspect the pipes leading out of the tall metal fence. You know, I imagine. Ever watch Mordecai and Rigby? Or no, what the fuck? Not the show. Regular show. I didn't watch myself, but when he said scurries, it reminded me, like, does he like run on all fours? Like, is that how he did it? Like Mordecai? Or is it Rigby? I don't know, whichever one I think it's a raccoon. Okay. Fortunately for us, this seems to be a blind spot. Although Javier's ponders, what? Okay. I don't know if I said that right. Javier ponders for a second, hesitating to speak. What is it? Suddenly, he looks at me, his gaze contemplative. Shit, where the hell is Ro when you need him? What's wrong? I won't climb this. The pipe's too wide and slippery for me. Can't risk getting injured. Looks like we'll have to go back to the car and retrieve the drone. Although that might not be a good idea. I study the pipes again. They stand at least 10 feet high and way wider than Javier. I can do it. What? I can climb the pipe. You climb the pipe. Are you serious? You're trying to impress the wrong guy. I would rather have you not do anything to jeopardize your safety. I'm serious. I've climbed similar things back home countless times. I want to help out too. It's the least I can do after involving you guys in all this. This is one of the few things I'm good at. Yeah, tigers are good climbers, I think, right? I don't know. I don't know my species. Facts. Where's the jaguars? I don't know. And here I thought you were going to be a liability. Even though it technically still would be if you fell. He examines my body and tail before reluctantly nodding. Fine. If you're so determined, I won't stop you. But if you fall and can't get up, I'm leaving you here. Also, take this. Javier reaches into his coat and retrieves a device similar to the bit flipper before handing it to me. There's a small display with several buttons on the side. Once you reach the top of those pipes, just press this red button for me and aim at the main building. He points towards the largest structure, partly concealed by the electrical grids and cooling towers. Got it? Okay, sounds easy enough. I secure the device in my back pocket, and grip it onto the pipe. Grip it? What the fuck? I secure the device in my pocket and grip onto the pipe, using both my arms, pulling myself up. As I climb, I coordinate my body, alternating between my legs and arms while swaying my tail for balance. It's been a while since I last climbed anything, but fortunately my muscles still remember the motions effortlessly. The reduced friction on the pipe demands some adjustment, but I managed to ascend with relative ease. Not bad, faster than I expected. Reaching the top of the pipe, it bends forwards enough to create a small platform for me to rest on. With one paw, gripping the pipe for support, I retrieve the device with the other and aim it at the building. I press the button, and as if on cue, a figure emerges off in the distance. Oh shit. I quickly shovel backwards, sliding back down the pipe. Did we get spotted? No, I don't think so. They were just looking the other way. They? How many were there? Just one guy. They were off in the distance near the cooling towers. I hand the scanner back to Javier, who scrutinizes the tiny display. There's nothing. You sure you pressed the button? The red one, right? Absolutely. There's nothing at all. No new signals indicating activity anywhere. How strange. I would have expected something. Unless... The fox suddenly looks at me with a worried expression, sending a chill down my spine. Unless... I can only think of two explanations. Either they know we're here and are jamming my signals, or they're underground and I'm about to test one of those theories. He aims the device towards the power plant, but this time slightly below the pipes. The screen illuminates. Figures. The signal is coming from underground. Is that normal? For a power plant? No. In any case, we should probably tell Ro about this. Oh, that's right. What's taking Ro so long? You said it'd be quick. Speaking of which, let's head back. Something must be wrong with the car if he's still not here. We make our way back to the car, but something feels off. Where's Ro? Looks like something happened here recently. He points to the ground beside the car. There's large streaks in the gravel that seemingly lead nowhere. I stop and sniff the air, detecting Ro's faint scent overpowered by a stronger odor. Do you smell that? It smells almost gasoline and burnt rubber. Do you think something happened to Ro? Maybe, but he was fixing the car earlier, so that would explain it. But it doesn't explain his disappearance. I don't think anything happened, but... Fuck it, let me try calling him. Wait, what about that proxy contact he gave me yesterday? I can try to contact him too. Sure. Javier's phone rings out, and there's no answer. I encounter the similar results when attempting to establish a connection through the proxy contact. Fuck. Something's wrong with his phone. It's unresponsive. Though his face remains expressionless, a faint note of concern tinges his voice. The fox walks up to the car's side and attempts to open the door, but it's locked. He retrieves the device from earlier and deftly presses a few buttons, prompting the trunk to pop open. You wouldn't know how to hotwire a car, would you? I shake my head, and he shrugs back expectantly as he makes his way to the trunk. Of course not. This doesn't feel right. How can someone as large as Ro just disappear off like that? Well, I can think of a few possibilities. He retrieves a couple of items from the trunk and discreetly tucks them into his coat. I shoot Javier a curious glance. Just bringing a couple of things for insurance. You know, a stun gun and a dazzler. He picks up a small metal rod from within the truck before closing it. So you think he's inside the power plant? It would make the most sense. It does, but I know Ro. He does things that make the least amount of sense. It's unlike him to not contact me though. Let's take this opportunity to do some scouting as well. He fixes his gaze on me for a moment before speaking. Here. I meet his gaze with a blank expression, cautiously accepting the metal rod. What's this for? For self-defense. Considering your build and what Ro told me, you probably won't need it, but hold on to it just in case. Is this one of those retractable metal rods people use in action movies? That? No. It's just a regular pipe. You think we have the funding for fancy gadgets? I stare back blankly at the fox. Now, come on, let's get going. We hasten our return to the pipes we encountered earlier, deeming it the safest point of entry. As we move, Javier's eyes remain vigilant, ceaselessly scanning the surroundings. Hey, Javier? Yes? Do you think Ro climbed over the fence? It doesn't seem likely that he would go through the main gate. If he entered the power plant, then yes, it's something he would do and is capable of. He stops talking and fixates on the large pipe, going up on his toes to gain a better view of inside the plant. Is the coast clear? I need you to climb up first and pull me up. I step back and position myself toward the direction where I spotted the figure earlier. Okay, I think it's clear. I push the metal rod through the fence and onto the other side before approaching the pipe. This time, I managed to ascend with relative ease, reaching the top in half the time. Upon reaching the top, I confirm that the area is free of any immediate threat. I turn around and extend my arm downwards for Javier. He leaps upward, and I just manage to grasp his small black paw. It takes a bit of effort, but with my upper body strength, it is enough to pull Javier as well. And God, he's small. I doubt I could have done the same for Ro. We both shimmy along the pipe until it dips, and then we descend quickly into a sliding motion. I walk over and retrieve the rod while Javier waves me over. He points to a small crevice nestled between two sheds, sheltered by raised platforms overhead. I nod in response, taking his cue, and we proceed quietly, cautious about making too much noise on the gravel. Okay, so what's the plan? Well, the easiest way to locate Ro would be to call him, but since his phone's presumably dead, you don't have any tracking device or something for Ro? I do. That's what his phone is for. Anyway, we need to access the surveillance cameras, which means finding a security room. And that's easier said than done. Actually, it just might be. Theodore, can I ask you a favor? What is it? He hands me his bit flipper from earlier. Listen carefully. This square button jams the signal when aimed at cameras, and this triangle button saves the location. I only need you to find 3 cameras. For each one, jam it, then save its location. Got it? I'm not sure about this. I'm much bigger than you. I'm bound to get spotted. Didn't you say you wanted to help out? Besides, your night vision's much better than mine. He gives me a cheeky smirk and nods. I guess that makes sense. Perfect. Now go. I'll try to contact Ro in the meantime. I glance quickly around, then hug the side of the shed for cover. I crouch down and stealthily maneuver between containers and machinery, somewhat relieved to find nobody along the way. Good thing we came early, or this would have been 10 times harder. Just as I'm about to turn a corner, I catch a glimpse of 2 large cameras positioned near the base of some overhead platforms across from a row of transformers. I do my best to line up the scanner from behind the corner and press the buttons in the prescribed order. Okay, just one more. With the cameras jammed, I swiftly make the turn and move beneath the platforms for cover, cautiously scanning my surroundings. I spot a clearing ahead, near a cooling tower. It appears to be a suitable location for a camera. As I approach, I hear deep grunt sounds growing louder. I take cover behind a transformer, being careful not to make contact, and peer toward the source of the noise. What the hell is going on? Despite the darkness, my grip tightens on the metal rod as I make out several figures relentlessly beating someone on the ground. Each of them carries some form of weapon, their swings merciless and brutal. There must be 5, no, 6 of them. They don't look like power plant workers. I squint my eyes, trying to discern the person being attacked, but their distance of at least several hundred feet makes it difficult to identify. Based on their spacing, it seems to be a larger individual. Wait, is that Ro? Without hesitation, I turn around and quickly jog back, retracing my steps to find Javier. I arrive at Javier, practically out of breath, catching him off guard. Vaya la verga, I almost had a heart attack. You're lucky I didn't use my stun gun on you. My bad. So, are you being followed? No. Did you manage to scan through cameras? Shaking my head, I slump over and rest my arms on my knees. So what happened? Did you find Ro? Yes, well, no. I saw someone. They were on the ground surrounded by at least 6 other people. They were getting beaten. I couldn't get a clear view, but they looked large like Ro. The fox tightly grips his arm, unsure of my words. This isn't a joke, right? I'm certain it's Ro. We have to help him. Go lead the way. Let's see what we can do. I rush back to where I had spotted the body, with the Javier's swiftly falling behind. It looks like they're done with the assault. I gestured towards the motionless body lying on the ground in the distance, now that the attackers have left. It's dark, but it could be Ro. Even if it isn't, we have to check up on them. Just as I'm about to sprint over and aid Ro, Javier holds me back. Wait, something's coming. We both look back at the body as another person carrying what appears to be a bat comes back into view. I avert my gaze as they start swinging at the body. Talk about cruel. We need to do something. Fine if I have to. Do you think you can carry Ro out of here? I hesitate, suddenly realizing that responsibility falls on me. Hopefully, he's still conscious, cause I don't think I can carry him out of here. He might be too heavy for me. Then drag him. Okay, I guess I can do that. Great. Now on the count of 3, we'll run in. If it's just one person, we can probably handle this. I'll distract the assailant while you get Ro, and we both make a break to the main gate. He points off in the distance where the car is parked. Understood? I nod slowly, refocusing my attention on Ro in the distance. What the hell did I get myself into? Okay, ready? 1, 2. What the hell are you two doing? We turn around to see Ro, appearing behind us, crouching down and peering over the corner to see what we're up to. Ro? Where the hell were you? Long story, I'll explain it later. Thank God you're okay. Why wouldn't I be? I thought that was you over there, and we're just about to rescue you. Amidst the commotion, I faintly hear Rose chuckling as I point towards it, my face cringing from the onslaught I'm witnessing. Fun. Well, in that case, I think it's best to leave now. Wait, we're not going to help them? Why should we? We're not supposed to be here, remember? But I look at Ro, hoping he'll have a different perspective on this. His eyes bounce between me and the victims in the distance. Give me a second. Where are you going now? To help? Ro starts walking towards the attacker as Javier sighs heavily and shakes his head. There he goes again, doing reckless shit. It's a miracle I'm still alive working with him. Wait, he's going in alone? We're not going to help him? He should have taken this rod. I won't stop you if you want to help. I'm staying here. I look back and see Ro slowly making his way over. The wolf's stature much larger than the attacker. The assailant halts and takes notice of Ro as he draws near, mere feet away. They attempt to swing a bat at him, but he effortlessly catches it with his paw, twisting it out of their grasp and tossing it aside. In an instant, I flinch as the wolf throws a powerful punch straight at their face, sending them crashing to the ground. Holy shit. Javier scoffs beside me, shrugging nonchalantly. They'll live. Ro motions for us to come over as he stands tall over the body on the ground. Coast is clear? I reluctantly follow Javier, scanning the surroundings, making sure no one else is around. Now that I'm closer, I know the attacker to be some kind of raccoon, now knocked out cold. Just a couple feet away, there's a boar cradled in the fetal position, facing the ground and wearing a dark jacket. You guys thought this was me? You're joking. I nervously chuckle, realizing my mistake. He's right. They're closer to my height and look nothing like Ro, besides the color of the clothing. I guess I was mistaken. Quickly search that thug. Let's see what we have here. Javier puts on a pair of gloves, crouching down, and retrieves his phone to carefully examine the unconscious attacker. Hey, are you awake? He stares at the beaten boar. No reply. What a fucking pain. As I take in the whole situation, I feel drops of rain hitting the side of my snout. It's starting to rain. My hushed comment catches Javier's attention, and he looks at me with apathetic eyes. Good. Hopefully the rain will help wash away our scent. Ro rolls the boar over, effortlessly, then turns to us with a concerned expression as he places an ear on their chest. I recoil in disgust upon seeing the boar's bruised and bloodied face. I did not need to see that. Fucking hell, his heart stopped. He places his paw on their battered chest and immediately begins performing CPR. Feeling queasy from the sight, I decide to look away. After several awkward moments of silence, the wolf's the first to speak up. Javier, stun gun. Yeah, I'm on it. The fox paces over, takes out his stun gun, and passes it to Ro. The wolf proceeds to tear open the boar's clothes with his fangs before glancing up at the sky. Ro spreads out his coat, providing shelter for the boar from the increasingly intense rain. Is this really a good idea to be doing this in the middle of? Hey, there's people here. Get them. I turn towards the voices and my eyes widen as I spot two tall figures dressed in black, slowly advancing towards us from the cooling tower, each brandishing a knife. My legs freeze and a heavy knot forms my stomach, inducing a wave of nausea. Guys, we got company. Tell them I'm occupied with CPR here. Fuck. My legs finally responded, and I slowly back away, clutching the rod close to my chest, terror gripping me. Hey, what are you going? You think I can take these clowns on myself? My eyes quickly bounce between Javier, Ro, and the approaching figures. I don't think I mean, I make out the pair. As they draw closer, a weasel and a raccoon. Suddenly, the weasel locks onto the fox and makes a mad dash towards him. Panic starts to swell. What the fuck do I do? Kill them, they've seen too much. A little help you would be nice. I tighten my grip, weighing my options. Fuck it, it's not like this is the first time I've done something like this. The weasel jumps towards Javier, while the other larger figure focuses on me. Bro, you better hurry the fuck up. Suddenly the thug lunges at me with a knife, but I manage to dodge it in time with a quick backstep. I close my eyes, tightening my grip on the metal shaft. With all my strength, I swing the rod forward. The thug cries out in pain, dropping the knife. I react swiftly as a punch hurtles directly towards my face. I try to dodge to the side, but I slip and drop the rod. Shit. I fall next to the knife and waste no time picking it up. Suddenly, a sharp, intense pain jolts my thigh as I attempt to get up. Fuck. I glance up and see a leg winding for another kick. Without thinking, I slash with the knife, putting all my force into the awkward angle. You fucking punk, you're dead now. I struggle to rise to my feet, flinching from the pain in my leg. The thug retrieves a radio from their pocket. Bring backup, now! Shit, this isn't good. I can barely take on one guy. How are we supposed to handle more? I try to call out for Ro, but I stop. Stop as soon as I raise my arms to intercept a relentless impending strike. Oh, that fucking hurts. I drop the knife, pain coursing through my arms, and my assailant takes the opportunity to grab it. In a split-second decision, I blindly kick as hard as I can. Not today, you shithead. My kick is intercepted, and my leg is pulled out from beneath me. I fall flat on my back, wincing as I clutch my tail. All the air leaves my chest from the sudden impact, leaving me winded. As my attacker looms over me, preparing for a final blow, I try to yell for help, but I can't catch my breath. This is it. I'm going to die, aren't I? Get fucked. Is that Javier? What is he? A sudden, blinding, fiery light engulfs the sky, causing my vision to be overwhelmed by a bright white. An ear-piercing ringing fills my ears, and the world around me seems to spin. Instinctively, I shut my eyes, but the after-images and neon colors only increase my disorientation. Am I dead? Did lightning strike? What just happened? The ringing becomes unbearable, and my thoughts become incomprehensible in the chaos. What? Where am I? My head. Battling disorientation, I fight to reorient myself, but a guttural groan escapes as searing pain courses through my thigh. I gaze blankly ahead, my eyes gradually refocusing, my body weighed down and soaked by the rain. There's a large figure in front of me. Is that Ro? And who's he on top of? I can't make it out from the way they're positioned. Wait, that is Ro. Ro lifts his paw and swings it down on with full force, barely intercepted by the person underneath, causing their paw to strike the ground. Ro, is that you? As my vision finally returns to normal, everything falls into place. I'm left in shock, watching Ro fight off my attacker. Ro skillfully immobilizes the attacker's head, foiling their attempt to sink their teeth in him. I flinch as I watch the wolf forcefully slams Raccoon's head onto the wet ground, abruptly ending the fight. Holy fuck. I stare at Ro as he slowly rises, his posture and stance still poised for another round. Glancing around, I notice Javier's assailant lying face down several feet away. Over here. I turn to the whisperer behind me and the fox on the ground, wincing in pain, clutching his right shoulder. I forgot to warn you about the flash. That was horrible. I never want to experience that again. He chuckles, then swiftly shifts his attention to Ro. Slowly the fox gets up, still holding his injured shoulder. I struggle to follow suit, my entire body protesting. Let's get the fuck out of here. I've reached my monthly quota of physical altercations. Ro walks towards us with concern. You guys okay? Can you walk? As he primarily focuses on my injured leg. Yeah. I manage to return a weak smile, despite the throbbing pain in my thigh, and survey the entire scene. The three thugs lie motionless, one of them with blood staining their leg. Right, I did that. Alright, let's go. I shift my gaze to the board being lifted by Ro's sturdy arms. Quit daydreaming, let's move, unless you'd rather stay here. Wait, what happened to them? Are they, questions outside. Main gates. We shouldn't linger. The two make haste with their steps, and I try my best to limp past the bodies on the ground without staring any further. What a mess. The rain is easing up. Thankfully, it's a drizzle now. I managed to hobble my way out, with Javier taking the lead, disabling any remaining cameras, and eventually unlocking the gate. The wolf nervously carries the boar in his arms, while Javier runs alongside. Enduring the pain, I glance behind me to check for any potential followers. Nothing, thank God. After what feels like an eternity, I finally catch up with them. Ro is crouching beside the boar, with Javier handing him a small dark bottle of rubbing alcohol.
Looks like our friend here lucked out. Everything seems stable. As stable as things can get, I suppose.
Ro hands back a bottle and removes his gloves. He cleans the man's face and the exposed chest fur through the torn shirt. Thank God no one else came out. Javier smirks and takes out a small device similar to the earlier scanner, waving it in front of me. You're welcome. The fox puts away the bottle and gloves into the trunk, then examines the guy once more, shaking his head. Poor guy. He's lucky you're such a skilled surgeon. Ah, you're kidding. Even you could have done this. It's first aid. Wait, you're a surgeon? The wolf carefully picks up the boar as Javier opens up the back door. Hardly. I went to medical school but dropped out. Well, why's that? Javier shrugs. I know bits and pieces, but it's something about his family. Ro ignores our comments and carefully places the boar in the back seat, barely managing to fit him in. If you guys have time to chat, you can discuss how the hell we'll be driving to the hospital. There's no space in the car for all four of us. Why don't we just call an ambulance? We cut the round trip in half for them. Plus, we don't want to explain what happened to Mr. Piggy here. Javier tries to open the driver's side door, but Ro holds it shut. Hey, get in the trunk. We don't have time to waste. Excuse me, what about my shoulder? I'm not going in the trunk. Remember last time If he dies, it'll be on you. His ears flatten as he suddenly makes his way to the trunk. I'm expecting some proper compensation later tonight. The stuffy air of the car mixed with my damp clothes is extremely uncomfortable. The windshield's fogged up, but Ro turns on the AC. Do you mind if I take off my shirt? It's really wet. Ro turns behind and picks up my jacket that's on the floor, passing it to me. Put this on at least. I peel the clean, damp shirt off my body, which Ro takes from me and deftly tucks it away behind his seat. Startled by the cold breeze, I quickly slip into my jacket. So, off to the hospital now? Ro remains unresponsive, engrossed in studying the controls before swiftly shifting into drive and steering away, his eyes fixed on the gate ahead. I get a good look at Ro, and can't help but grin when I realize how funny he looks hunched over driving. My smile quickly fades as the awkward silence settles in. I hold onto my seat when I realize how fast we're going. As I glance at the dashboard, I catch the wolf stealing a look at me, triggering my recollection of Javier's earlier remark. Now, might not be a good time to bring that up. Maybe I should ask about what happened back there instead. There was a bright flash earlier, and I think I lost consciousness for a bit. Do you know what happened? Javier uses Dazzler to save you. I tackled the asshole off you after that, and took care of them. You should probably thank him later. And what of Javier's attacker? I'm not sure. Looks like he handled it himself, although not without a sustaining injury. We didn't kill them, did we? Probably not. I swallow hard, trying not to dwell on the thought of being labeled a murderer. How's your leg? Oh, I look down at my leg, gently prodding the area and immediately regretting it as a jolt of pain shoots down. It hurts when I move or touch it. It kinda feels like it has its own pulse. Let's look at that when we're back. What is it? I feel bad. This was completely avoidable. Sorry for putting you two in danger. I promise it won't happen again. He ends his thought abruptly, and I sense a storm of emotions hidden beneath his unyielding gaze ahead. Not knowing what to say, I wave a paw dismissively and point to the back seat. It's fine. What about him? What about him? How's he doing? Internal bleeding, probably fractured arms and digits, chest burn, and a lot of small cuts. But I've seen worse. Glad his legs aren't broken though. Worried to have a fun time getting him in. Jeez. He's going to be okay, right? I hope so. Can you check if he's still breathing? I turn around properly and crane my head over to study the man laying on the side towards us. Yeah, I think so. Then he'll live. You might know something about... So,
I'm sure Javier is going to follow up on that. You don't think this has anything to do with my texts? The wolf shrugs. There's definitely some kind of gathering there. Now that we know what we're dealing with, we can't risk going back. Okay, but what's going to happen to me? The loud banging from the back startles me.
I can still hear you guys back there, you know. We need to get back to get answers. We're so close.
Javier's muffled voice echoes from the back. Ro casts me a glance, looking unimpressed. You might be right, but it's too dangerous. Look at you guys. I'm surprised you two made it out with the injuries you have.
We would have been fine if you helped us and didn't play hero to save that pig. And now I'm stuck back here because of it.
The fox in the back continues making remarks, but I can barely hear him over the sound of rain, which has picked up again, masking his voice. Rose smirks and ignores Javier's comments, continuing to drive. The car lulls into a tranquil silence, accompanied by the soothing sound of heavy rain cascading around us. I stare off into the distance. The cool air-conditioned breeze relaxes me. My eyes grow heavy from exhaustion. Today's been one hell of a ride already. Rubbing my eyes a few times, I focus to find Ro, poised by my car, brandishing an enormous clear umbrella. I quickly look at the driver's seat and then behind me. Both empty.
Morning. We're getting food.
His words are muffled by the glass, but luckily I can make them out. What happened to your suit? He groans, suddenly sounding slightly disappointed. It's soaked. I threw it in the trunk. Now let's go. I stick close behind him, trying to avoid the puddles as he guides me through the small empty street. We're back into the city, but I don't see the familiar silhouette on the Grand Marine in the horizon. Where are we? What happened to that guy? We're in the neighboring city? I figured we'd come here since it's close to the hospital. Javier can fill you in on everything. He chuckles, and I return a forced chuckle back as I remember what had happened earlier. We walk up to a small building with the words Puma's Brew at the top. After you. And this is where I'll be leaving it off. Okay. I'll see you guys at the title. Wow. So quite a bit happened today. Gosh, that's a long day. Sorry about that. Voice is a little bit strained because of I was sick. That's why I wasn't recording. I didn't think I'd be sick for 2 weeks though. And yeah, I did record like a few videos in advance, but the sickness ended up catching up with me. So like I couldn't really record much at all. So yeah, I got like groggy voice, or not, like sore throat basically, yeah. Hope everyone's doing, I hope everyone's doing well. I recorded this like 3 times because this is the 4th actually. I'm very tired. This is like 3 in the morning. But I hope everyone's doing well, like, and everyone's enjoying this. So in this part, I don't have much to say because I can't think. I'll think on it later, maybe. But if you guys like this, I will be linking. Also, wait, no. This game is made by. It's called Raincheck and made by Radcanine. If you'd like to support the project or their project, and if you like the story and if you want to support the project, you should. Their link or their I'm like. All right, their support to support them in the game is linked down in the description down below, as well as how to download the game yourself if you'd like to play. They'll be on itch.io or itch.io, whatever you call it. I think it's an I, could be an L. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. If you guys, I will see you guys later. Whatever time it is, good morning, good night, good day, happy work, happy sleep, because I know some of you guys sleep at this, I don't know why. I get confused if I listen to me, but yeah.
But thanks for watching, and what else? I think that's it. Yeah. Bye bye, everyone. Love you all. Is there like about there credits? All right, now bye bye.